G'day guys, it's Jackal Bandit here from YGGSPL, and what we're going to go through tonight is the Splintering chat, and we'll have a little bit of talk through about the latest happenings in the Splinterverse. So let's start off with some of the Splinterverse news that's just come off. So we've got a date. We've got a date for Splinterfest. It's October 8th and 9th in Las Vegas. So this is the very first project built on Hive to come to North America. So the team is pretty excited to take Splinterfest to HyperX Arena in Vegas in October. I won't be going myself. Flight's a little bit expensive for me from Australia and back, but I am very jealous of everyone who will be making their way. Alright, so yeah, next up, so now that we've had one full season of the new ranked rewards changes, the team is going to start tweaking it ever so slightly. It's going to take longer than one season to have these fully nutted out, but it's good to see that the team is being proactive in keeping up with these changes. So these changes, they're going to be enacted Tuesday, June 28. So first up, we have the daily focus chest based on current league. So they're going to be changing the daily focus award chest based on the player's league at the time that the focus begins, rather than the highest league achieved during last season. So the way it has been working is that the last season you played, no matter how high you got, let's say if you got to gold, the next season you'll be earning gold chests. This change is going to be whatever league you're playing in at the time, they're the chests you're going to be getting for the daily focus. They've put in a nice little example here. So if a player is currently in Silver League, when they start their daily focus, they will earn silver chests from that focus, even if they had reached Gold League in the previous season. Please note that this will only apply to daily focuses. Season reward chests will still be based on the highest league achieved in the previous season. So there's a difference between daily focus chest and your season reward chest. They're tweaking the starter card R shares formula. So what this update, it's to soften the daily focus away from only being able to earn R shares towards it with a single strategy. No, that's further on down the list that I've got. What was this one? So currently the starter card reduction is applied to the overall R shares earned. For example, so if a player's got a rating of 1000 and you use one starter card out of the 4, you would earn 750 R shares as shown. So this linear reduction doesn't incentivize card ownership and renting as much as the team intended. So this is why they're playing with this one a bit, to help encourage more ownership of in-game assets, and by putting the starter card reduction into the player's rating equation. This equation here is going to judge a lot more harsher on a player who is using more starter cards than not owning them themselves. So for me personally, as a player, that my end goal of this game, to win this game, is to make Champion League. So I'm collecting and I'm holding these and I'm renting out my cards. So whenever the starter cards come along, if I own them, then this equation isn't going to be a problem for me. Then we scroll down, so the changes are being worked on. So we're working on implementing new daily focuses based on using cards with certain abilities rather than just cards from a certain element. From reading this, and from what I'm understanding, the first change is just going to be going back to very similar to how it used to be. We're going to have the splinters as a focus, and then also an ability. So an example would be like you have to play a sneak card, you have to play a snipe card, or an opportunity ability, cards with those abilities. This it'll freshen it up a bit. From just always using that single strategy of the splinter of the day. What else? So daily focus mechanic update. We're also considering changing the daily focus mechanic such that instead of an all or nothing system like it is currently, each win will always contribute R shares towards the daily focus chest. even if no focus cards are used. Each card used that follows a daily focus gives some type of bonus to the amount of focus points earned for that battle. So this is basically saying that any win you get, you're going to get a little bit of R shares. If you use the daily focus, you're going to get a bonus on those wins. Season rentals. Now this is a nice little change that they're considering as a way to stabilise rental costs while ensuring ownership of cards is upheld. And as a result, the team is working on implementing a season rental option. With season rentals, card owners would be able to specify whether or not they would like their cards to be available for full season rental. So it sounds all good to me. This way, if you start a season rental at the beginning of the season, you will pay around 15 days worth of the rental. But if you start a season rental with only 3 days left of the season, you'll only pay for 3 days worth. So this is a really big net win in my opinion for stabilising the markets and having a more predictable card market, which helps people who are a little bit nervous. It should help simplify it. So cards might hold rental value for longer than a day or two. There was a release of the Jared Scar trailer. We'll have a watch of that. It was quite a good one. I'll just make sure it's still going to record it right from my end. Here we go. Let's have a watch. Oh, how good is Aftersound? A hippo vampire. He's a badass. I tell you what, guys, these little lore snippets and everything, they get me going. They keep me coming back for more. They've also released a little bit of new Chaos Legion lore, the Lightbringer. I don't want to spoil that for anyone, but it starts... They're beginning to hint at possibly what the Rift Watchers set, the lore behind those cards, and some ideas of what will be coming. There was a town hall, I believe, yesterday. I haven't got around to watching it yet. I have heard it was a good one, so we'll have to get around to that. And that basically covers the month of June from the Splinterlands side of the house. What we'll go on to now is a bit of the YGGSPL happenings that have been going on. We've had a couple of snapshot proposals go through. The first one being the SBS Validator Node Purchase Plan. This was a straw poll that was raised by Antonine from the Brawlers, or AJPL. For the straw poll, YGGSPL proposes to purchase 15 additional validator nodes, costing, let's say, around 300,000 SPS and 7,500 vouchers, in order to diversify and optimize the sub-DAO's yield streams. This will require around, again, 300,000 SPS to be unstaked, and the purchase will be made 7 days after unstaking is initiated. 7 people voted for it, 0 people again. So that was a rough guideline of straw poll. Then the snapshot breaks it down a little bit more of exactly how this is to be achieved. Read the proposal. Currently, the YGGSPL sub-DAO has around 940,000 SPS staked and 7,500 vouchers on hand. Our current SPS stake is yielding approximately 570 SPS and 45 vouchers per day. This represents a 52.5% APR. We also own 5 validator licenses, which are currently yielding about 40 vouchers a day. Because we purchased in pre-sale, at current SPS and voucher prices, the annual yield on our 5 validator licenses is 164%, over 3 times the yield from SPS staking. At current pricing, validator licenses are roughly $2,500, 500 vouchers and 1,500 in SPS. They yield approximately 8 vouchers per day. This puts validator yield at 153% APR versus SPS staking 52.5%. That's about 3x. So an execution of how this is to be achieved was written up. If this proposal passes, the custodian would unstake and use up to 3,500 SPS and 7,500 vouchers to purchase as many validator licenses, up to 15, as quickly as feasible. This would likely take 2 weeks, given the way the unstaking process works, 25% unstaked each week. After the purchases are complete, the sub-DAO would have approximately 630,000 SPS stake based on current SPS prices and be getting around 1,800 SPS a day for the remaining 30 days of the SPS airdrop. This would put the sub-DAO holdings at the end of the airdrop, July 27, 2022, at approximately 684,000 SPS, yielding around 400 SPS and 33 vouchers a day, approximately a 50% APR. 20 times validator licenses, yielding 150 vouchers a day, approximately 144% APR, and around 6,000 vouchers. So this was written up by Jackal. Thank you very much for this proposal write-up, Jane. It was extremely handy. It was written, and yes, and this purchase plan was approved with 56k YGGSPL, 56,000 YGGSPL vouchers for 0 against and 0 abstaining. So this was ended on June 17, about 2 weeks ago, and since then we have had a little update about how this is going, because we have had some market conditions change since, and there has been a little statement released. So at everyone, the YGGSPL sub-DAO has had various proposals approved over the last few weeks in order to attempt to maximize our opportunity to grow sub-DAO assets. In many cases, opportunities and token prices have shifted in ways that weren't fully anticipated since those actions were approved. We are attempting to execute the spirit of the approved snapshot votes within the current realities in order to grow the sub-DAO assets as quickly as possible. The custodian is prioritizing the following actions in order of best expected appreciation and current yield opportunities. Number 1, we are not unstaking SPS for nodes. At these prices, due to SPS being at historically low prices and an expectation that there will be a change in sentiment with the end of the SPS airdrop approaching. Number 2, enabling the rental column, which is the next snapshot that I will be covering off on. So enabling the rental golem service has proven to be the biggest opportunity for increasing our returns. Both accounts, YGGSPL and YGGSPL packs, are now active, and we're earning over 100,000 DEC a day from our rental cards. We converted some of the vouchers, which have no yield, to buy the hive necessary to power up the accounts, and Nightav, the custodian, was generous enough to delegate some of his personal HP to cover the cost, to cover the rest of the requirements. Number 3, the sub-DAO previously approved putting DEC in the DEC SPS liquidity pool, LP, to maximize the SPS airdrop opportunity. Almost all liquid DEC, around 1.8 million, was put into the DEC SPS pool with a matching amount of SPS. This will generate around $12.90 a day and 6,669 SPS between now and the end of the airdrop at today's prices. $387 at today's prices. Number 4, any liquid SPS not staked and not in an LP will be used to dollar cost average DCA into nodes up to the limit of 3,500 SPS up to the limit approved in the snapshot, which is 350,000 SPS. So that was approved by the snapshot. As the yield for the nodes is roughly 2x the yield for staking SPS, even at these prices, nodes generate a bit over around 7 vouchers a day. We will effectively DCA into those by using the airdropped SPS to purchase nodes as we accumulate enough SPS to do so. One node was purchased yesterday for 500 vouchers and around 26k SPS. This brings our total to 6 nodes owned and leaves around 324,000 SPS. It's late here, guys. Authorized to continue to purchase additional nodes up to a total of 20. We will evaluate the pace of node acquisitions up to the 350,000 SPS approved at the end of the airdrop to determine the best way to fulfill that motion while preserving our current SPS position to the extent possible. Number 6, we will continue to evaluate opportunities to increase these earnings and grow our community. Things we are considering include using some of the DEC we are earning to fund the YGGSPL Weekend Challenge, currently funded by donations from the leadership and community, combining cards to increase rental earnings, and spending the DEC we are earning to buy more assets. That's packs, rental cards, etc. Any of the above would require a snapshot vote for approval, as anything that requires financing is needed. And we welcome feedback and other ideas on how to make sure the sub-DAO is best serving our community. It's a brilliant little write-up from our leadership there, just explaining some of the happenings that are going on within the YGGSPL and some background work. That rental golem vote that got up the other day on June 23. We had 173k YGGSPL 4 and 14k abstained and 0 against. So the snapshot there, that was a snapshot us asking, should YGGSPL utilise the rental golem service to maximise rental returns? This snapshot proposes that we rent YGGSPL and YGGSPL packs cards using the rental golem service, which is through the Splinterlands exchange splex.gg. The rent golem service is an automated tool that ensures assets get an optimal return from the Splinterlands revenue system. There are several YGG members already using this service that can provide feedback on its efficacy. YGGSPL assets are currently being rented manually for around 11,000 DEC a day. The rent golem estimates returns to average over 45,000 DEC a day for the same cards. We will have a look at the peak monsters after this. Remember that, rent golem estimates returns to average over 45,000 DEC a day from around 11,000 DEC. There is also a YGGSPL packs account that is currently not being rented because it is all one BCX untamed commons and rares, which have historically not rented well. The rent golem estimates that this account could be receiving over 28k DEC per day. The service does not require YGGSPL to pay fees of 10% of the revenue earned from renting, but it will approximately 6x our rental returns from 11,000 DEC a day to around 66,000 DEC a day after fees. It also requires a fairly significant amount of hive power in order to have the resource credits RC to adjust card prices. Each account would require roughly 1500 HP in order to run the accounts efficiently. The cheapest way to start with the HP is to lease it from D-Lease. It would cost roughly 4 HP per week per account to lease the HP required. I recommend we use the existing DEC in the account from rental services to buy the hive necessary to lease the HP for the first 12 weeks. About 50 hive is about $17.50. Full disclosure, Gene Pool Chlorinator is a partner in the rent golem service, and so would profit from the 10% rental fees, which are half of our normal rate for this service. Execution. Should this snapshot pass, the custodian will move expeditiously to purchase around 50 hive using DEC and lease the appropriate amount of HP. Once the HP lease is secured, we will move quickly to onboard YGGSPL and YGGSPL packs into the rent golem service. So if we swing over here, now that our cards are going through the rent golem service, we can have a look over here at peak monsters, and we can see total revenue from rentals is around, let's say conservatively, 92k DEC per day, bringing about 23% yearly ROI. That's from the YGGSPL account. If we go over to the cards account, is that 92k DEC? Oh, there you go. So that was 92 plus the 10k from YGGSPL packs, and we're getting about 102 DEC per day. Not bad, considering we started from around 11,000 DEC per day. We've just about, let's conservatively say 8x'd our rental returns at current market condition, and this is going to be very handy for growing our community. With the rental golem service, this isn't just available to the Alliance and to guild leaders. This is a service that it's for anybody who wants to use it, who is a player of the game. Have a look over there, splex.gg. I'll throw a link in the official links part of our Discord, and have a read through and see if you can use it. What else has been in the world of Splinterlands and YGGSPL. Well, we are coming to the end of our first season. We can have a look down here at the form submission section. The tournament form has been firing off. Save submissions has been getting filled out. It's not too filled out. Same with the Herald submissions. And guys, let's remember, this is Season 1. We're only at Season 1. This is the very beginning of YGGSPL's gap. Season 2 is going to bring a lot of changes, and hopefully this Season 1 is going to go through smooth. It's so far so good. Everything seems to be automating right. Everything's being tracked correctly, and in this little break that we're all about to receive, well, we're going to see how all the tokens and stuff are dispersed to the community, and hopefully from there we can start reaching out and spreading the word of how great YGGSPL Gap program is, and see if we can get a bit more of the community involved in what we're pushing here. Like, I quite enjoy the Herald submissions here in the Herald program. It's a way that I'm getting to learn to produce content like this, become more confident speaking, and while engaging with the community and doing a bit of a quest system. It's just like a game. I'm seeing Splinterlands as far more than just a card battler at the moment, that's for sure, while I'm trying to engage in the achievement program that we're running. So what have we posted in this last month? So we're still in June. So we had the snapshot. The weekend challenge was ran. There was the straw poll for the rental column. There was a thread that opened up, and this was where a lot of the discussion was had around the straw poll, when the straw poll was uploaded to the straw poll channel, and then a thread was created to continue the discussion. Discussion is always good, guys, on all of the straw polls that do get uploaded. This is where if you don't agree with it, get your voice heard. Like, hash it out, argue it out, converse it out. Let's let the brightest mind, the best ideas float to the top, but ensure they're tested. There's no such thing as a bad idea. Just be open to questioning and be ready to explain your reasoning also, but particularly if you're voting no. We want to hear there's always some sort of perspective that will be missed in a community as large as ours. What else did we cover off? There was a Splintering episode, the first one that was uploaded to the YGG SPL official Splinter Talk page. So if anyone gets a chance, get around our official blog post. And if anyone is a blog creator or anything, and you want to get involved more with Peak D blogging, have a look down in the communities tab of the Discord, and you will get there's a blog post to promote channel, and this is where we look for the curation trail that YGG SPL runs. And if you post in here, we'll have a read through. If you tick the certain criteria that can be found in the achievement submission areas, what you need in order to classify for one of the achievements, you tick that, we can upvote it, we can reblog it, we have a bit of a curation trail, so you earn a little bit of SPT along the way, and it's a good way to just start, another way to start building your deck. SPT is used with the airdrop, you get a little bit helps. They're nice little skills to learn as well. So I think that covers off most of the public announcements that have happened. The YGG SPL Weekend Challenge was ran again last Sunday lunchtime is for me, Saturday evenings, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for East Coast, America. Let's have a quick little look. What's new at the Splinterlands announcements? Yes, as I said, they had the Town Hall recap posted up last, and they just had the Town Hall. It's happening within our alliance. Not much new to report on from here, guys, and everything's looking pretty swimmingly, guys. As I said, like, we're coming to the end of this season now. It's been a busy season. And it's ended quite busy as well. I'm looking forward to a couple of weeks break and getting all prepped up for season 2 and seeing where it brings us, guys. I might jump out from here. As I said, if anyone wants to join me on one of these chats next time, just send us a DM. I'm always open to have a co-host on here, someone to come on, talk shop, talk about how you're going in Splinterlands, maybe why you joined Splinterlands, why you're hanging around in YGGSPL. Pretty open door, always down for a chat, guys. I'm gonna head off. Have a good night, and I'll see you all around the Discord. Keep in touch. I'll catch you later. Thanks, guys.
I just gotta check. Always gotta
You guys, this is only 1,000 of the 6,500 we have to open.
Llama!
Llama!
Go! There's the Yoden! It's our first Yoden.
Oh,
my
I
gosh,
like
guys,
that.
I wish so much I had Dragon Jumper.
Nice.
Oh, I like that. I need that.
Phantom of the Abyss, baby. Phantom of the Abyss.
Basically, you want that.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I am not sorry. I am not sorry. Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
There's our first bronze.
Two
Bronze. That's our first bronze.
Two Yoden! Two llamas! Two llamas!
Go for it.
High priest
We
area.
get one area.
Gold boy.
Get a.
Oh, another kid.